I think it's done.
Yeah. You can
Okay.
start, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Rashmiji. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Amrita. Thanks for joining us today for this chat session. It's called The Badass Beauty. So it's a
I
small
love the
initiative.
title. It just
I
makes us feel so powerful, right?
actually, one of the team members suggested, she's a very young girl, very enthusiastic, Vriti. So I mean, it just clicked with most of the team members. We were like, yes, we have to go for this, title. Yeah. So it is just a small initiative as to provide a platform for ladies who are doing something exceptional, something out of the box, something nice, so that more ladies get to know about you. And as ladies, we don't have to be always the sad part or talking only about the sad part. We can just celebrate each other's success. And this, yeah. So a few lines about our organization. We are called Inspiring Indian Women. So this was born in the UK basically, and now it's very much in the nascent stages in India, just about 2 months actually since we registered. So it's all about supporting women in any ways which we can. And actually it resonates to so much of work what you do basically. So you also help women and guide them in whatever way you are able to do so. So when we started the chat session, I always had that, I had it in my mind that I am going to invite you once because I've been following you for quite some time. Yeah. So a few words about Amrita. She's a women's business coach and also the founder of Mama Diaries. So she provides an online platform where she equips women with different tools, guides them, and helps them to infuse joy and productivity in their personal life, parenting, or in their business journey. And also, I believe you're this brand storyteller for Soundarya and a consultant for one of the toy companies called Shumi. I like their toys too. They are completely organic and wooden, right? I mean, it's so
I
much.
think it's one of my absolute favorites. So it's such a joy to work with, people that you resonate with. And it's like a woman-centric company. So is Soundarya. So it just feels so good. Like all badass beauties coming together.
How nice! I'll get in touch with them too.
Yeah, totally. I would love to connect with them.
Yes, I will do that definitely. Amrita, so I believe you're from a family of entrepreneurs, right? So did that guide you to become an entrepreneur at the end, or how is it?
Totally. I think it runs in my blood. I've seen my grandparent, my dad, my brother, and I've seen the ups and downs of entrepreneurship. It's like not been rosy all the way through. And I think witnessing that journey and experiencing that is also so important.
Very true.
Then you can take a really like a practical decision whether you want to walk that path or no. But I always knew that I had it in me. I knew it in school. I knew it in college. Like, while I was like doing my graduation, there was this beautiful entrepreneurial arm where, the students were invited to teach, students of lower standards. And I was the first to raise hands because, I was like, wow, this is a good opportunity. Plus, like, at the end, they were giving us like a little pocket money. So it kind of like, I was like, why not?
Of course.
So I think I always had that spark.
Oh,
and
that's
of course,
nice.
thanks to my dad. Yeah.
Right. I get. That's nice. But you were very clear in your thoughts then, right from the school and the college. I mean, most of us aren't, right? So, and also the corporate structure where you work for about 7 to 8 years, that has also helped you, I guess, taking a lot of experience.
And I feel, Dr. Grishma, the best part is like I joined a company which was like a very like a small company. It was not like a huge corporate. So I feel what happens in small companies is like you kind of become a leader amongst the team that you're part of. And that's what I did. And I totally enjoyed that experience also. So 7 years of corporate and now almost 8 years of entrepreneurship. So I kind of have experienced both the worlds. And of course, like nothing can beat the entrepreneur.
How nice. But entrepreneurship is also very risky, right? As you mentioned, I mean, do you have it in your mind somewhere that days are rosy? Yes, but they could be bad days too. Does that worry you?
Yeah. I have seen the bad days. I've seen the ups and downs inside my own business also. Like, and I have I started with a physical product, and then now I've moved on to complete digital, services. So I have seen it all in like my own journey too. I've seen
Right.
extremely successful launches. I've seen launches that have not gone well, and I've seen it all boils down to how emotionally intelligent you are as an entrepreneur, and how do you really infuse that grit and determination within you to kind of like your why should be so strong that when you see that you're struggling or something is not working, the why is going to give you the way ahead. I feel.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I believe you have been very active in the social media. So you started with Mama Diaries, then you had Tot Labs.
Yes.
Yeah. YouTube. I remember, I think YouTube was very amateurish in a very good way. I remember your videos in the night. I used to, when I'm making my kids sleep, and I've seen those videos. I yet remember, and I did try, to do so many things. Thanks for inspiring me. I think it played a very important role when I had to get my kid up. So, so how did these steps follow? Like, you started with Mama Diaries, then Tot Lab, then the YouTube, and then I think now you have a lot of many programs, if I'm not wrong. So can you, explain this?
Sure. So I think the journey of a lot of moms come to me and they're like, I am not sure what I should start with. Like, I don't know what's my business purpose or life purpose, like how to find it. And I feel the answer to this is you'll never know unless you kind of like swim into the water.
Right.
You have to experience it to figure out whether you like it or not. And I feel entrepreneurship is such a beautiful journey of continuous evolution. You are going to evolve as a person. So what started as a YouTube channel then kind of trickled down into a Facebook group, and now we have about 40,000 members. And that's where the whole the toy product range of Tot Labs got inspired from. And then I think I want to do more, like, toys and everything is nice, because that's when, that was the time when I was kind of like reading a lot about minimalism, KonMari. And I was like, I want to really, work with mothers in a way which is like, it just lights up my heart. And that's where I decided that, okay, I will start some programs just for moms, like nothing to do with children. Because I, as an admin of that big group, I realized that a lot of moms were DMing me that, I'm not feeling worthy enough, or I'm not prioritizing myself. And, like before I did my, entrepreneurship, like postgrad in entrepreneurship, I've done my fitness and wellness and nutrition course. So I already had that, I was very passionate about that. And so, I just kind of joined dots and started programs for moms, and moms loved it.
Yes.
And so one thing led to other, and like, mom said, we loved how you've created the business. It like literally lights you up, and we want to learn that from you. And of course, I had a postgrad in entrepreneurship, so I had that solid expertise, experience, and like I had to just club both together. And that's when I started doing business coaching then.
That's nice. That's very nice. Okay. But dealing with so many mothers, does it get overwhelming? How do you cut it off from your mind? I mean, I'm sure it plays back, right? Like if I meet a friend and then she explains, okay, she's going through this, or then it's going to keep nagging you in the mind. I mean, so how do you cut yourself off? Is there some technique you follow?
Right. So when I started, it did get overwhelming, and I used to feel bad if I was not able to like answer everybody on DM. But then over the years, I've realized that as an entrepreneur, your own mental and emotional well-being is so important, and it's important for us to kind of draw those boundaries. So, I think setting boundaries and like letting your audience know that, this is the time when you will be available, and, how much free and what are the
Right.
other ways they can work with you in
Hmm.
terms of
Hmm.
like one-on-one or paid programs. So like really having that sense of clarity about
Yeah.
how much are you going to give to others, because I feel it has to be a beautiful balance between giving and receiving. And as women, I
Receiving.
feel we are such givers, and as mothers that kind of doubles, I feel like
Yes.
just giving. But
True.
I feel
True.
it's so important for us to kind of balance the giving between the receiving. And
Right.
now I've reached a stage where, I think I've kind of like really, kind of sorted that rhythm, and the audience and my community of women, like the mothers, truly light me up. It's like
Right.
something that helps me to thrive and helps me to keep, pushing myself out of my comfort zone.
True. True. That's nice. So I've also seen you talk a lot about self-worth, a lot of
Yeah.
self-respect, self-love,
Yeah.
self-care. So when did this get into you? Was
Yeah.
it because of the pregnancy? I mean, I think after pregnancy we all go through that phase of self-doubt, or I don't know, was that the reason?
Totally.
Or yes, yes.
So, like taking care of my own health and self love, in fact, was infused by my mom very early on, because she's
Oh,
like
that's
avid.
nice.
She's an avid yoga fan, and she used to go to these yoga classes. And I used to get
Okay.
tagged along after school because I had nowhere to go. So I used to go with her to a yoga class and see all these
Okay.
beautiful ladies doing all the yoga poses. And one day she's like, just join in. And
Right.
and I was like, I think I was in 7th or 8th standard, and
Uh-huh.
that was the first time I tried, I think, doing yoga, and I instantly fell in love with it.
Okay.
And yeah, so so I think my mom really has infused that sense of self love in me, and I
Right.
just carried it ahead. And like as I started working for myself, I felt that it's so important for us as mothers to really look after ourselves, because eventually children are going to grow up. They're not going to need us as much as they need us now when they are little. And we shouldn't like reach a point where we feel that we've lost so much of ourselves in taking care of the house, our husband, our children. I think we
Yes.
really need to take care and love
Take care.
ourselves equally,
I know.
if not
True.
more.
More. But since you have been working from home, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so all these nitty-gritties of the daily life, and does that not interfere in your work? Okay, for the pandemic, now everybody's almost,
Yeah.
most of them are, but before that too. So how do you segregate your work life and also you have a kid? So how do you
Yeah.
try and segregate it?
Right. So I feel taking enough help is like a
Hmm.
key here. So, hiring help wherever you can, I feel help
Hmm.
us to kind of, because, everybody, like the societal conditioning is that mothers are, like superwoman. And I feel we don't need to be superwoman. We can and we should ask for a lot of help, a lot of support. And that kind of helps me to create that rhythm between the work and work life balance. And also I feel my work kind of inspires me to be more happy as a mother, so that
Hmm.
I'm able to give more. So
Right.
yeah, it kind of fills my, so that I can fill up my child's bucket. So I think it kind
Child.
of inspires me. And one thing that I really love to follow is, you've read the book The Power of Now. So it,
No,
it
not
talks
really.
a lot about mindfulness, and I love
Okay.
that book. So and I've taken this from there, that wherever you are, try to be present 100%, doing that. So right now, like I'm with you, so I want to give my 100% mindful attention to you and the beautiful
Yes.
audience who's listening to us. When I'm with my child, even if it's for like just 10 minutes or half an hour, like just mindfully being with him.
Yes,
I feel
yes.
that really kind of helps.
True, true. That's a very interesting thought. I'll try and get
Yeah.
that book. Yes.
Yeah, and it's becoming more
Mindfulness.
and more difficult because we are in that distracted digital age. No denying the
Yes.
fact, right?
Yes, yes. I mean, even to order grocery, I have to be on the phone. And each and everything is on the phone.
Yeah, yeah,
And my kids look at me. And at the night when you're just about to sleep, they're like, Mama, I've seen you so much on the phone. I'm also tempted
right.
to be, to
Yeah, yeah,
take the it's so difficult for me to make them understand ki,
correct.
Baba, everything, your
Yeah,
WhatsApp, everything is on WhatsApp basically.
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, it's difficult. Yes.
Yeah. In fact, to all my entrepreneurial clients, and even if they're not into business, I tell this to them that it's so important for us to empty out and
Hmm.
really take those few steps back and pause and, sometimes do nothing, like just enjoy this magic of nothingness where you just sit with your thoughts, or it's so powerful. So I have like
Yeah.
a little sun deck, outside my house, like a small little
Uh,
balcony. So every morning I'll just sit with my rosemary tea there and just like look at the road, look at the sky, and just be. And it's
right.
difficult because,
Actually, because I was just thinking, will I be able to do that? I may end up with a guilt trip, as to
yeah, because like the monkey brain is going to tell you that, okay, now you have to like answer that email and you have to wake up your son to school
yes.
and you have to do this and you have to do that, and then
True.
the mind is going to talk to us, and it's important for us to talk back to him or her and tell her to kind of relax and tell her that it's going to be okay, like these five.
Right,
And it's not like we are in the fight or flight mode. It's going to be okay.
right, right. This is something I'll try tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, do that.
Hopefully.
And remember me and then send me a WhatsApp, not while doing it,
Yes.
probably after you're done with that.
Yes, yes. That's nice. I'm having a lovely time. Would you like to tell our audience the defeats or the not so great ideas or the not so great steps what you have taken? I mean, I'm sure this journey has not been full of roses. So how do you deal with that emotionally? What advice would you give to women? Because I think if I'm to start something, I'm going to be starting with so much passion, with so much happiness, and if it doesn't, for any reason, doesn't
Yeah,
take off in a way I expected, I'm going to be really disappointed. So
correct.
how do you come out of it? Yeah.
Yeah. So this is one thing that I always tell and teach all my mentees is that you have to treat all the failures as your stepping stones towards your next, step, or your stepping stone towards success of something better. And I feel it's important for us to go through that phase of, failing, either failing or, confusion or whatever it is. It's important for us to experience that.
Right.
Sorry, are you able to see me?
Yes, yes, I am.
Okay. Okay, because I'm not able to see you. Just a second. Okay.
Oh, see, 1 second.
Okay, as long as you are able to see me, it's
I am, yes.
Yeah, so treating our failures not as failures but as stepping stones towards success, I feel is so important. And then cultivating this emotional intelligence that, okay, this is what's happened, now what, like asking yourself that, okay, probably the launch didn't go the way I expected, or the business is not going the way I'm expecting it to, now what? So asking yourself that, are you going to stay stuck, or are you going to from here decide what's the next best step I can take from here?
Right, right.
And it's going to take a lot of patience, a lot of strength, a lot of determination. I feel entrepreneurship is not an easy journey.
Yes.
But I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's a spiritual journey more than anything, I would say, because it's taught me so much about myself. And I feel the inner growth that you can witness through entrepreneurship is unmatched. Like, no corporate job can give you that, I guess. I'm not
Yes,
bashing corporate jobs because
of
I've
course.
been in one and I've loved it. But I feel the whole soulfulness and the spiritual angle, if you allow it to, if you allow it to experience, it's just totally unmatched.
So, okay, that's interesting because I think it sort of depends on each one's perspective as to how you look at it. Someone may feel the corporate jail is going to pay you at the month end, and this is going to be a little dicey.
Yes, totally agree.
Yes.
And I feel as entrepreneurs, that's why it's not just about strategies and it's not just about the outer work. There's so much of work, beliefs, energetics, and mindset that you truly have to work on. A lot of my coaching calls and programs nowadays are 70% of that, and just 30% of like what SEO you need to do and what keywords you need to use and what strategies you need to use. So, yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, Amrita, it was really nice talking to you, and I had a nice 10-15 minutes. It's been very good. So what are your further plans, future plans, anything else in the pocket now?
Yes, so I am just launching a 2022 mastermind for aspiring or existing entrepreneurs who truly want to step up to their next level and who truly want to like get out of their comfort zone. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm also writing a book. So really setting this intention of publishing it very soon.
That's very nice. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
It amazes me. You're doing so many things, and you're such an organized person. Thank you.
It's just that for this, I would say that again, the societal conditioning is you have to niche down and you have to do just one thing. I feel especially as women, we are such expansive beings that we cannot fit in one box. The society tells us in one box, but we are not meant to fit in a small little box. Yeah.
Right.
And one more, the third thing that I'm really looking forward to is, I am starting entrepreneurial lectures in one of the colleges here in Mulund called Kelkar College. Yeah, so for TY students, so I'm taking entrepreneurship lectures for them. So I'm really looking forward to that. Because colleges are generally, I feel, it's all about book knowledge, but I feel it's so important for them to know the practical life skills and the practical side of entrepreneurship. So I'm so happy that colleges are now open to doing this.
Yes, that's excellent. Yes. But do you also think that maybe a little bit of the entrepreneurship, or at least, just introduce entrepreneurship in the higher grade in school? Would that make sense?
Important. Yeah.
No? Yeah. Because I remember in my school days, I have not come across a word called entrepreneurship. I've been from a SSC board, so I don't know if it's because of that, but we really not thought about it, right? For us, it's either become a doctor or you become an engineer, nothing else. It was only the two bifurcation. Yeah, but this is something
like we used to have those like different professions, chapter on that, and always it used to be like a doctor, teacher, or like something like that, right?
Yes,
like entrepreneurship is, like entrepreneur is not even considered as a profession.
Yeah.
Correct. So I think, but now I feel the world is really changing, and entrepreneurs are getting the due that the respect and the due that is really
they deserve. Yeah.
People are taking it seriously.
Okay, that's that. So would you like to tell something to our audience? Any tidbits?
Yeah, sure. I would love to tell everybody that do follow your heart and be fierce and fearless about it. Like, whatever it is that you truly dream and desire, go for it, because it's just one life. And
actually, yes.
We have to give ourselves enough chances. We have to love ourselves very, very fiercely. And I feel if we just do two of these things, rest everything will be taken care of. Like we'll get that zeal and enthusiasm, and we'll get answers to all our questions.
Right.
Have that
That-
kind of belief, yeah.
Okay, that's nice. So, ladies, I would like to tell Amruta has many programs going on. So please check her, Facebook page, her Insta page.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sure
most
it's
active
going to.
nowadays on Instagram. I would love you guys to connect
Yes,
with
yeah,
me there. My
definitely.
handle is Amruta_Ram. So you can come say a hi on my DM. I always love to meet new women, new mamas, and it's always so
Right.
good to connect with them.
I know it's always interesting, right? Many stories.
Totally.
Totally. Okay, thank you so much, Amrita. Thank you. And yeah, I'll be in touch. Looking forward to, yeah, let's plan up for the next lecture for that college in Devgarh. Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Yeah.
So much.
Thank you, Amrita. Thank you. Bye. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.